We were looking at a lot of different options to live in. Either we wanted the traditional tiny house with the shingled roof and everything, VW camper van, the trailers, they're okay, but the Airstream was just such an iconic machine. It just looked very appealing to us.
When we decided we wanted this type of lifestyle on the road, but having a home with us, we started looking on Craigslist or in Kijiji to see if we could find an Airstream, and within a month of deciding let's do this, we found one, and we didn't really know what to look for, but we went with our gut, and we got it. We got everything in there.
This is our home. This is also our office. This is where we come back to in between our travels, because we're traveling, 5-6 months out of the year. We're going international. We're working on projects. We're videographers, and it's always nice to come home to this. This is what is the same. This is our routine and our very
non-routine
life.
This Airstream is from 1976. It's 31 feet, so it's the second largest that you can get. We found it on Craigslist. We bought it for $13,000, just as it was. And that was before the renovations. So we went there and we hauled it home.
Yeah.
It made it.
Having no idea what to look for. Oh, it was so brutal. I don't know how it was being held together. It was so poorly put together
and moldy. As we began to tear things apart, thinking, okay, we'll redo the bedroom and that's it. And we just kept tearing out more and more and more. And then we're like, we're doing this whole thing. We're gonna make it ours. So then we put in another between 50 and 60,000
in total. Yeah.
Including paying for it the way it was and all the renovations. It was the labor that cost the most, because we didn't do it all ourselves. If
we didn't pay for labor, if we renovated this entire thing, I think it would be about 30 to 35,000, including purchasing it and everything that we renovated, everything that's in here right now. This Airstream is 200 square feet. We've sectioned it off by different living spaces. So at the front, we have our dining room table that doubles as, possibly a little office. And we've fit, 8 or 9 people at that table?
A lot of people
can sit around that one little table. And it also lowers and becomes a bed. And it's our storage area too, so it's great. It's very spacious. And then in front of that, we have our kitchen area, and there's a stove, there's an oven, there's a huge barn-style sink. We have our fridge. All of our appliances, because we like to juice, we like to eat healthy, we love coffee, so we have an espresso machine, and it's nice that is very separate from our work and then our living area.
So then if you continue, we have our little office area, which is where we do most of our editing. Whoever's editing is at that space. And then if you keep coming down, there's the washroom, which is tiny, but we have a toilet, we have a shower, we have everything we need in it. And then you can continue down more. We have all of our drawers for our clothing. So we have 3 drawers each. Then we have our king size bed. We decided we want to have a king bed because we've never had one. At the same time, this place is so open concept. We didn't block anything off because we wanted to give it that space. So when people come in here, they're like, oh, it's a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It seems that way, at least.
We designed this Airstream mobile home to be fully off-grid if we want it to be. So we have the ability to hold 80 gallons of water in here. So fresh water. We can hold a lot of fresh water. And then we have the ability to hold 80 gallons of gray water. So all of our sink water, our shower water. We have a compost toilet so that we can be off-grid and we don't need to dump that, into the sewage system.
We got rid of our black water tank when we gutted everything because we didn't need it, and then replaced it with the gray water and added an extra fresh water. Yeah,
and we also have solar. So we have 5 100-watt panels on the roof of flex solar, so that they're really thin. They're maybe a couple millimeters thick, and then they contour to the shape of the Airstream roof. We also have 4 deep cycle batteries, and with that we can generate enough electricity to power our fridge, power our lights, because our lights are really low wattage.
Charge our cameras.
Yeah, do everything we need and be off grid. And we have many times. We've been in the middle of the desert, or we've been in parking lots, right? And we didn't have hookups. It's nice that we have the option to be plugged into the grid, or we can unplug and just be, you know, out in the middle of nowhere.
We have been living in Luna, our Airstream, for just over a year now, and we spent the Canadian winter, not in Canada because it's not winterized yet, and we went to California. What we do for a living that allows us to live on the road and travel is we are travel content creators. So we have a blog, we have a YouTube channel, and we create content that inspires and teaches people how to get out there, travel the world, live life on their own terms. So that is what we do, and we've been doing it for 9 years, and now we're able to do it full time, so we can work anywhere in the world, which means we can be on the road anytime we want.
And we're married. We've been together since we were 17. We just celebrated our 14th anniversary, and it's amazing to be able to do this as a couple, because we've done the solo trips, and we've done couple trips, and now she's about to give birth to our first child. So we're going to be expanding into like family travel and how to raise a family in a tiny space. So it just keeps, our business keeps evolving as we keep evolving.
There are so many things I love about living in an Airstream and living in a house that moves with us. First of all, that, because we are travelers and we love to always be on the move, but we were missing, as we were traveling around the world and didn't have a home for years, we were missing that sense of home. So we're like, where's that, like, that fine balance between exploring and moving around, but having something that's ours that we can come home to at the end of the night? And that's the main reason why I love living in our Airstream, because we have that now. We have a home, but we can move it. I also love that the indoors feels as much as home as the outdoors, and it's brought us closer to nature, which is really important to us, and it will be for our child. I want to see our child outside making friends, riding their bikes, catching frogs, coming back muddy at the end of the day.
I love the flexibility of this lifestyle, that yes, we can pick up and we can move our home around, we can change our neighbors if we don't like them, change our view if we don't like it, but also if we need a break from this lifestyle, it's not like a home with a 30-year mortgage and you're kind of stuck in that one spot. So I love that it's giving us way more options, that we have the stability of a home and a set place, but also if we don't want it for a year or two, we can break out of that. And you can't like call your bank and be like, hey, I don't really want a mortgage for the next 2 years. Can we like just put it on pause? You can't do that. But with this lifestyle, you can.
When it comes to parking the Airstream, we've done it free overnight parking, many different places like Walmart's, Home Depot's, restaurants.
Yeah, families, parking lots, like
Yeah.
family driveways.
Side of the road.
Yeah.
And then we've also stayed in RV parks like we are right now, which has been like more, it's easier. You pay a monthly fee and you have all this, like the hookups. It's nice if you want to spend more time in one place and it to be more convenient than always having to move because you're trying to look for free parking.
Generally, it's a lot cheaper to be in a campground or an RV park than to be paying rent in the area. I mean, to rent a place around this area might be $2,000 a month, but for us, we're paying $600 a month to be here. And that includes all of our water, it includes all of our electricity, and it's way more affordable for us. You can live in Airstreams in the winter. We know other people that are doing it. It is insulated, but we need to install like a proper heater. We don't have a propane heater. If we did, then it would be a lot more manageable. We could also install a wood fireplace, which we want to do, but that means we'd have to cut a hole and put a chimney in here.
It's gonna take time, and we're not ready for it this winter, but we plan to do it for the following winters. Yeah, so that we can live in it year round and not have to leave Canada if we don't want to.
There's a lot of upsides to living in an Airstream or a tiny home, but there's a lot of downsides. There's a lot of things that suck. There's a lot of things that are a struggle, and things that we've had to learn and adapt to.
Everyone sees, like, especially like pictures on Instagram, for example, and it looks beautiful and like just perfect, the perfect life. No, life comes without cons, and there are cons to living this lifestyle. Sometimes I don't want to have to get up in the middle of the night and dump a bucket of pee, but I have to if I want to use it because it's a compost toilet and there's nowhere else to go. Or sometimes it gets really hot in here, or we have to constantly pack up and move.
It doesn't outweigh all the amazing parts of it.
No.
But there's definitely things that we didn't know, and you need to be a little handy.
So the baby is about to come into this world, but it's coming at a time that winter is also coming in Canada. As we mentioned, we don't have this thing winterized yet, and we also didn't want to leave and go south to the States because I wanted to have the baby in Canada and be around family. So we chose to spend a year renting an apartment, still living minimal and storing the Airstream. And then once the baby is like 1 year old and we're ready to bring this out again, we're gonna continue our travels. So at that time, I mean, the baby's got a king plus bed that it can sleep in at that time, or it'll be sleeping with us.
We'll make minor modifications, but I guess we'll have to see as that time comes.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of Kristen and Siya, definitely check out their YouTube channel and their website. We also did another video recently about a couple who's also starting a family, and they're going to be living in their Sprinter van. You can check it out by clicking right here, or you can click the link in the description of the video. Thanks for watching.